my lovelies, and welcome to the Powerpuff Girl. So monsoons are approaching and I decided this is the perfect time to make this video. Now before we go forward, just to make it super clear, okay, Retinoid has to be prescribed by a dermatologist, and I'm telling you about my journey, but not going through a dermatologist can ruin your skin. You can get such a screwed up skin barrier, so much can go wrong. You can get irreversible damage just from using it wrong without a dermatologist to guide you. See, I understand. I had to consult quite a few dermats before one approved me for Tret, okay? There were certain dermats who just wanted me to keep going to the clinic and keep getting lasers and peels done. And I was getting a lot of peels and lasers done. And those were expensive. I would get a lot of CO2s, a lot of Q switches, a lot of like lasers done, which were great. They were great, but they were also incredibly expensive. So my skin has been on Retinoid for 2 years so far, and it has been an absolute game changer. My skin has never been better. So this is my skin right now. There's no foundation, there's no concealer. This is it. This is all you see. 2 years I have not done any like laser, any peel, nothing. This is my skin just on Retinoid and on the rest of my skincare that I've been showing you guys. There are actually studies which compare the effects of laser and Retinoid at home, regular usage, and those are actually quite impressive. In this video, we'll be talking about how I started Retinoid. More importantly, we're going to talk about how I started retinoids. What is retinoid? What is retinol, retinal, tazarotene, rapilene, tretinoin? So we're going to talk about all of this in this video. So all of the words that you've heard till now belong in the category of retinoids. All of these are different forms, different strengths of topical vitamin A. So when you put topical vitamin A in any of those forms, its number one job is cell renewal. So your skin is renewing at a faster rate than normal. That's what retinoids do. So any sort of acne, bacteria or gunk that you just have, comedones, whatever you have deep inside your skin, all of that is shed out at a faster rate. There is quicker collagen stimulation as well. And a lot of celebrities are on retinoid not just for the acne, but even for anti-aging benefits as well. So retinoids are kind of like your all-rounder. They will target collagen stimulation, they will target getting rid of your acne, they will target your pigmentation, because again your skin is going out at a much quicker rate than normal, so all your pigmented skin will fall off sooner. Exfoliate. Now the thing is, people think that retinoids will exfoliate your skin. Okay, that's not the actual mechanism that's working here. Retinoids are increasing your cell rate so fast, like existing old dead skin is kind of falling off sooner. It is not physically tearing your skin, it's just generating skin at a quicker rate. Exfoliants tear the bonds on top of your skin. That's different. People also say that retinoids thin out your skin. It's been 2 years. I don't think that my skin has thinned out at all, and I can only see it get better with time. And retinoids actually stimulate collagen. So even in the beginning, if you feel like your skin is thinning out, in the long run, more and more collagen is actually going to make your skin thicker. So I'll talk about my entire journey with all of the retinoids till now, and I'll talk about how I started retinoids, and then I'll talk about how I moved on to tretinoin, all of that. Also, people who have atopic dermatitis or eczema might not ever be able to use tretinoin. So you do need a dermatologist to look at you and tell you if you can get to that strength of retinoid. Also, it's very important to note that everyone's skin is different. Some people can't tolerate retinoids. That's absolutely fine. Okay, we will do a whole other video on retinoid alternatives for people who can't tolerate retinoids. Everyone has a different tolerance level. Okay, each level that we're going to talk about in this video, some people can't make it to level 2, some people can't make it to level 3. And what is more important is consistency. You have to use whatever retinoid, we'll talk about it, whatever retinoid form you choose, you need to be consistent, and that alone is going to give you good results. So what to expect? I could see a little bit of burning, I could see a little bit of purging, which means all the acne which is deep inside your skin starts to come out at once, and it kind of gets like there's more pimples than normal. Comedones also as well. So I started seeing all of this. Now, by the time my skin calmed down and all of that stopped happening, it took me about 3 to 4 weeks. It is normal for people to go up to 6-7 weeks as well. So one thing I want to mention here is if you're somebody with oily skin starting a retinoid, you might see that your skin starts to move towards combination to normal skin. If you're somebody with normal or combination skin, your skin might start to move towards dry skin. And if you're somebody with already dry skin like me, who has genetically dry skin, you will have to be extra cautious, because you will have to use very heavy moisturizing products. You know, as oily skin people, whatever moisturizer you're using might not be enough. You might have to move up, get a richer one. Every time you might have to kind of scale up with the amount of moisturization you need. Moisturization is an absolute non-negotiable along with sunscreen usage when it comes to retinoids. If you do not want to follow using sunscreen on a regular basis in the daytime, then do not start retinoids. Don't start, this video is not for you. Do not start retinoids at all. If you want retinoids, you need sunscreen. That's it. So this is the routine. Now, whether you want to start at level 1, you want to start at level 2, whether you want to start at level 3, whatever it works for you. So getting in with like alternate days and then giving Saturday, Sunday a break, and then going in 5 days, giving Saturday, Sunday a break, kind of has been the best for me. Okay, so getting into what I call level 1. So level 1 is retinol. Okay, retinol is one of the most gentle forms of retinoids out there in the market. You'll find them everywhere. So many brands have them. I'll go ahead and list some on the screen right now, which I think are good options. Now in retinol, there are 2 further sub-levels, okay? Number 1, of course, that level comes in with strength. There are different strengths of retinol. This is not where I started, by the way. I'll tell you where I started because I did not have very sensitive skin. But if you have very sensitive skin, you might want to start here. Now, if you get them in a serum form, the absorption rate will be quicker, like in a watery serum kind of texture, and that might sort of irritate your skin. If you want to go even lighter in this level 1, then you might want to look at retinol moisturizers because that's more diffused. The retinol is absorbed slower, less irritating. So if you're somebody with extremely sensitive skin, you would probably do better picking a moisturizer with a form of retinol. Look at the different strengths available. You can pick the lightest one or something slightly heavier, whatever it is. Okay. So now that we've discussed level 1, we're moving into granactive retinoid, and this is where I started. I'm gonna say this is level 2. Okay, I used to use the ordinary 2% granactive retinoid. I cannot recommend that product enough. Like, I love the Ordinary's 2% granactive retinoid, but Sugandha has a beautiful granactive retinoid. Minimalist has a beautiful 2% granactive retinoid. Now, these are actually quite strong. Okay, you can expect some amount of burning of your skin with this one, especially. If you've already used level 1, then you might better adjust here. But if you're starting off right here, you might expect some serious amount of burning initially. So I've gone in very slow. Again, this is where I started, alternate days. I could still feel burning. I could still feel a little bit of extra pimply, acne kind of a situation. It all went down after 3 to 4 weeks. As I said, those are some amazing granactive retinoid formulas, and I consider that level 2. So retinal is stronger than 2% granactive retinoid, in my opinion. Again, I did not use this, but if you do choose to move on to this level, then you can go ahead and go in super slow. At any point in this, if you feel like your skin is burning, if you feel like it's too much for your skin to handle, slow down. You don't have to use it alternate days. You can use it every 3rd day. You know, just see what your skin is able to tolerate and stick to it. That's it. If after a month and a half-ish, your skin is not able to really adjust at all, then that means you've reached your threshold. There's nothing wrong with that. That's the best that your skin will still show results in. So it's important that you kind of stop there and you use all the other right products. Yeah, so I was already on, so I started on 0.025% tretinoin, and I've consistently been there as well. It's been difficult for me to scale up from there, and honestly, I think I'm very happy with the results, and I probably will stay there as well. So there are basically 2 brands that I use. There's this one which almost everyone knows. This is from H&H. And then there's another one which is Revise Micro. So both of these have 0.025% concentrations. Now introducing actives into your routine. Okay, let's talk about that. So if you already have been using vitamin C, alpha-arbutin, kojic acid, all of this in your routine anyway, if you've been here for a few months at least, then you can just go in starting your retinoid as usual. Okay, so these are the ingredients that you cannot pair with your retinoid. Okay, you cannot put these on with your retinoid, but these, if you've already been using them, then yes, you can start retinoid with them. However, be cautious, approach slowly, introduce very slowly, because these alone can be a little bit drying and irritating for your skin, and you need to see how your skin is adjusting. So I use a combination of all of those pigment fighting actives, and I use retinoids in the night, my tretinoin in the night. So I'm now at a point where I use tretinoin only 4 times a week. Okay, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Friday is break. I exfoliate on Saturday, and then I give Sunday a break. So this is my entire routine. I use all of these actives in my daytime routine. I use all of these actives in the nighttime routine along with my tretinoids. And I use very low strength peels on Saturday night, nothing above like a 15% strength. And I already did a video on some peels and I've showed you some peels that I use. So do you even need exfoliants when you're using tretinoin or any form of retinoid? Actually, you do not. If your skin can really tolerate it, you can try and introduce it in your routine. Now, if you're somebody who has never used any of these actives and you want to start them with your retinoid, then make sure you have completely adjusted to the retinoid. It's not bothering your skin. You found the level at which you are comfortable with to use, a few times a week or 5 times a week, whatever you choose. Okay, and then go in with low strengths of these over here. So this is kind of like a guideline over here as to how this all started for me and how I introduced retinoids. But in the next few videos, I'm going to make one video as retinoid alternatives for people who can't tolerate retinoids. Then I will also be making some barrier repairing serums which will help people not just with retinoids but for people with sensitive skin as well. And I'll show you my favorite barrier repair serums. And I'll show you a list of products which are great for skin with retinoids. Moisturizing toners, moisturizing products, for dehydrated dry skin. We'll introduce products for all skin types who are on retinoids. If you found this video helpful, please hit that like, share and subscribe button. You can also follow me on Instagram and until we meet next time, lots of love. Stay healthy, stay hydrated.